Over the last 2 weeks, we spent some time up at TPC Scottsdale covering Scott Hebert and his team of full-time and volunteers prepping for the WM Phoenix Open, and we wanted to cover what silent heroes do, what the grounds crews do.
Biggest golf tournament in the world. Something special about that.
Most everyone who's a greenskeeper has been around golf at some point and been enthralled with the game and being part of the operation, and you kind of buy into wanting to see the product of your work that day, working with your hands. You really enjoy the physical labor aspect of it. I mean, there's a lot of long days for sure, and some dark times where you're working 4 a.m. till 9 p.m. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. A couple announcements for the day before we get going. There'll be a lot of work, a lot of demand. Important everyone has some thick skin about it. It's not personal. We're just trying to get a lot done. Patients are probably going to be tested at some point between all of us. It's great. It's a great tournament. Happy to have everyone here and be a part of it. So enjoy it, but also know we have a job to do.
You know, all of our mowing patterns are starting to kind of click in, fighting through some of the challenges that we have, and you know, next week, once we close down, that's when we really kind of get to tighten the screws a little bit and do some afternoon mowing and things of that nature. So I think the birds are really happy with the golf course. The rest of our family on staff next week.
All right, good morning. Good morning. Everyone get enough rest? We'll get rolling through here. Front nine, greens mowers, Tony Lopez, Bob Nichols, back on route. Go ahead, anything we might have missed last night, tees, fairways, approaches. It's a great time to be a greenskeeper right now. Yeah, I mean, 60, 70 hour weeks for sure. You gotta have a support system in place. Man, wake up at 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, kind of get ready for the day, head up to work, check the schedule, check the pump house, make sure everything ran last night if you were running water, catch up with the mechanics, make sure all of our equipment's in line for what we're going to do that morning, what we're planning to do that afternoon, making sure our staff is all here and well and accounted for if we need to make any adjustments, if someone's out sick or having car trouble or going to be late because they overslept. You know, it's just, you come into every day having a game plan, and chances are by the first 20 minutes, half of it's out the window.
Can you talk to me about Shoney?
Yeah, Choney, Cinchion Giles. He's been here since his property pretty much started.
I worked for 23 years. I coming from Mexico. Yeah. After that, I have a cousin who work right here, and he told me they have openings right here. They hire people, and that's why I go coming. It's not hard a job. I mean, when we work with everybody, everything is easy.
He's our irrigation foreman now. He knows every piece of pipe on this property, and he's a staple guy. He's awesome attitude, brings a ton of cheer. He's a rock for my crew, and he probably keeps me from getting a lot of gray hairs.
Why is it that every top-notch greenkeeper has a dog with them at all time?
Because you spend so much time at the golf course, you need some type of emotional support. Yeah, I mean, Rye's fantastic. She's my sidekick. She runs the course with me all day, every day. She's great for morale amongst the crew also. I think I've got her pretty trained up well. She's good on the birds. She's not super harassing to golfers. She might kind of pester you for a belly rub or something and jump in your cart and try to snag a hot dog, but for the most part, she means well. Yeah, the coots are probably one of our biggest issues. The migratory birds that come down, right when we get all of our seed to the ground, it's starting to mature. They love just kind of chewing on it and eating it, and obviously make a mess. So we have a couple lasers on site that kind of scan the banks and harass them. They kind of scare them off.
any other characters on your crew that you?
Oh man, how much time you got? Yeah. Really, I mean, they're all special. They're all individuals in their own way. Everyone's a character for sure. I think we have a really tight-knit crew here. We have a great culture that we've been able to kind of build up. We have 64 staff that are full-time, and then we bring in about 40 volunteers.
Yeah, I work at Pine Canyon. Yeah, I'm one of the second assistant superintendents.
So are you a volunteer on staff down here?
Yeah, just for the week. So I actually owned a business for 5 years in Wisconsin, and I sold it in 2020 and moved across the country, just kind of threw a dart at a map and picked Flagstaff.
No way.
I took a corporate job, and then the day I was supposed to start, I changed my mind.
Hey.
Found a job at Pine Canyon, just thought it would be like a summer job, and now I go to turf school at Penn State and kind of making my way to be a superintendent one day.
We're doing bunkers right now. They're pretty particular today, so we got to make them perfect. Start out by blowing them out, make sure no grass clippings or anything are in there. We check the edges, make sure that the lip is exposed, make sure there's no shelf so the ball lays weird, and then we got to just do straight lines. We do a little backtrack. We want the sand to be just perfect, not too fluffy, not too firm.
Talk to me about 16.
Yeah. It's a stadium for sure. It's more like a coliseum, honestly. It's like a Roman Coliseum. You miss the green, you're getting booed and harassed, and you hit the green, they're cheering you on hard. Prepping that hole in the morning, those fans keep that energy from the second we start mowing the green to the second we cut the cup, and then when the players arrive. It's a vibe in there for sure, and it's a very active crowd and very vocal in their feelings about what's going on out there. For us, 16, 17, 18, your finishing holes are always going to be your kind of highest focal areas for sure.
Yeah.
But from a priority standpoint, 16 always needs to look perfect. Randy is our head equipment manager. I think he's been here about 6 years now. Retired Marine. Guy's a hardo for sure. I mean, he knows how to run a tight ship, and he does. His staff in there is top-notch, great group of guys.
Jim Day, D-A-Y. Years ago, I knew the superintendent was working here. He's a good friend of my father's. And he came in one day and asked me, hey, you can fix a weed eater, can't you? I said, oh, I think so. They got me out here. That was in April of '91. And then I was mowing fairways for the first 3 years. Job opened up in here, and I've been a tech here for about 28 years.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting job, a little different.
It's a good team, and all this like family. I mean, and everybody work together. So yeah.
I love to play. It's my favorite.
And just keep mowing until they're done, and everybody comes in, and it starts all over again in the morning.
But I mean, it's a timeless sport. People love playing it, and everyone who's involved in it wants to be a part of it. The biggest golf tournament there is, like I said, there's your majors, your PGAs, your US Opens. This is on that scale. This is home for me.
Thanks, Scott. Thank you, everyone, for letting us get in your hair a little bit this week. We've been out here a couple of days filming what you guys do out there at the golf tournament. Grass Clippings, we're a local golf brand, and we cover Greenskeepers and basically the silent heroes of golf. Everyone has seen a million times over, you know, what goes on at that tournament with all the beers that get drunken and, you know, the lights and the show. But not many people see what goes on behind the scenes in the months that go into what you guys do leading up to the tournament. Hats off to you guys. We're really excited, and again, thank you guys so much for letting us be here.